Welcome back to House of MMA. Today's episode is packed. Did Conor McGregor's next fight date just leak? Tom Aspinall trolls Jon Jones, O'Malley, questions the judges, and Paddy Pimblett has Gaethje in his sights. Plus, Jon Jones throws shade Buckley eyes. Usman and UFC 318 just got two spicy new matchups. Let's get into it, alright? We get it, another Conor McGregor update. But this one feels different and might actually mean something. Usually it goes like this. McGregor fires off a tweet saying he's ready to fight, the internet blows up, and then silence for months. But today, something unusual happened. Michael Chandler posted on Threads, yes, out of the blue, just one thing: Conor won 24-26. Now that single post has fans buzzing. Is that the date of McGregor's next fight? January 24th, 2026. It lands on a Saturday, which is the perfect setup for a UFC pay-per-view. And considering Chandler had no real reason to tweet that randomly, people are starting to wonder if he just let the cat out of the bag. There's more to it. The UFC is currently working on a new broadcast deal, so if they can use a Conor McGregor comeback possibly against Chandler as the first event of that new deal, it could seriously boost negotiations. Imagine a McGregor main event launching a new era for the UFC on, say, Netflix. That could pull in record numbers. But what do you think? Are you still hyped for a Conor comeback? Or has the waiting game worn you down? Tom Aspinall just poked some fun at Jon Jones in a way only Tom could. If you remember, Jon Jones was recently spotted in Thailand doing some pretty wild stuff, including riding a motorcycle at night and tugging a random guy's hair. The MMA world wasn't sure whether to laugh or cringe. Well, Tom Aspinall decided to take matters into his own hands. He dropped a spoof version of that infamous Jones video, this time featuring BJJ star Craig Jones. In the clip, Craig is seen riding, and Tom pulls the classic Jones line, "Craig, get off." Sorry, it's a Jones thing, Tom. And just to top it off, Tom uploaded another hilarious bit on his YouTube channel where he mock threatens someone saying, "You want problem with this guy, you want problem." Aspinall continues to show that not only is he dangerous in the cage, he's got some serious comedic timing too. Sean O'Malley recently opened up about his UFC 306 loss to Merab Dvalishvili, saying he believes there's a valid argument that the judges may have misread some rounds. Speaking with Israel Adesanya on a podcast, O'Malley broke down the fight and highlighted moments where he thought he edged out Merab, particularly in the first round. While Sean wasn't making excuses, he did express confusion over how the scoring played out and suggested that some judging errors might have happened inside the sphere. Even though the general consensus is that Merab clearly won, Sean pointed out that he landed solid shots, stayed composed, and didn't get dominated like Merab's past opponents. However, Merab's unrelenting pace and pressure throughout the fight left little doubt in most fans' minds about who deserved the win. Sean acknowledged he lost rounds 2 and 4 decisively, but argued that he might have taken rounds 3 and 5. His main contention is with round 1, where he believes his damage outweighed Merab's control. Still, despite the breakdown, it's clear most observers saw the fight as Merab's from start to finish. That said, talks of a rematch at UFC 319 are heating up. Who do you think takes the next one? Paddy Pimblett has set his sights on a massive name in the lightweight division, Justin Gaethje. The British star, fresh off his TKO victory over Michael Chandler, is aiming for a return this October in Abu Dhabi, and says a showdown with Gaethje would be an exciting and fan-friendly bout. In a recent interview with BBC Sport, Paddy dismissed Arman Tsarukyan as irrelevant and called for a fight that fans actually want to see. He believes a Gaethje fight makes more sense and has the potential to be a banger that didn't sit well with Tsarukyan, who fired back on social media. Arman accused Paddy of ducking him, claiming his rise in the UFC has been built on hype and promotional favoritism, not real merit. While Pimblett is right about the entertainment value of a Gaethje bout, many believe brushing aside Tsarukyan, a legitimate contender, hurts Paddy's credibility. It's the classic debate of popularity versus rankings, and in today's UFC, sometimes star power wins. But if Paddy keeps dodging dangerous opponents like Arman, the backlash could catch up with him. Jon Jones is back in the headlines this time for stirring up the pound-for-pound conversation again. In a new interview with Deep Cut, Jones played a word association game where he gave glowing praise to legends like GSP and Anderson Silva, but noticeably downplayed Islam Makhachev. When Islam's name came up, Jon labeled him simply as Khabib's protege and gave no credit to Islam's accomplishments or skills. Fans quickly picked up on the subtle jab, interpreting it as a backhanded comment meant to keep Islam in Khabib's shadow. It's classic Jon Jones, strategic, sharp-tongued, and not one to let anyone threaten his status without responding. While he said he's unsure about returning to active competition, Jon hinted at staying involved in martial arts through coaching or exhibitions. But as far as the P4P debate goes, he clearly isn't ready to hand over the crown just yet. Joaquin Buckley isn't holding back about what he wants next. With a big fight against Kamaru Usman scheduled for June 14th in Atlanta, Buckley made it clear if he beats the former champ, he wants a title shot. And he doesn't just want to win, he's aiming for a dominant finish. Buckley even said that if he defeats Usman impressively, he'd deserve a title shot more than Islam Makhachev. He's also been vocal about potential matchups across the welterweight division, suggesting a reshuffle that could include fights like Ian Gary versus Sean Brady and himself versus JDM or Islam. Meanwhile, Usman is in unfamiliar territory, coming off 3 straight losses and trying to recapture his old form. For Buckley, this is a make-or-break opportunity to launch himself into title contention, and for Usman, it's about proving he's still elite. The next UFC Fight Night at the Apex is almost here, and there's been a late change to the lineup. Balaji Oki was originally scheduled to take on Marquil Medeiros, but with Medeiros pulling out, Oki will now square off against Michael Aswell. Aswell steps in on short notice after a win in Fury FC last December, following a close split decision loss on Dana White's Contender Series just months earlier. Now let's shift focus to UFC 318 in New Orleans, which is shaping up to be a major event, especially with Dustin Poirier's retirement fight on the card. According to UFC Brazil, 2 more exciting matchups have been added to the lineup. Ikram Aliskerov will go toe-to-toe with Bruno Ferreira, and Amanda Ribas is set to battle Tabatha Ricci. In the Aliskerov vs Ferreira bout, Ikram looks to continue his momentum after a solid win over Andre Muniz in April, a bounce-back performance after getting stopped in the first round by Robert Whittaker last year. Ferreira, on the other hand, heads into this July 19th showdown riding high from a second-round submission victory over Arman Petrosyan back in March. As for the women's strawweight clash, Tabatha Baby Shark Ricci will aim to rebound after her loss to Yan Xiaonan last November. Meanwhile, Amanda Ribas will try to snap a 2-fight skid, having suffered back-to-back defeats to Rose Namajunas and Mackenzie Dern. That's a wrap for today's rundown here on House of MMA. Are you buying that McGregor versus Chandler date? Should Sean O'Malley get a rematch? And is Paddy ducking? Arman or just playing the hype game? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update from the fight game's front lines. Until next time, stay sharp, stay savage, and keep it locked right here at House of MMA.